If you want to hear about 30 items that are repurchases in my collection, then stick around. Hi there, it's Hélène, and yeah, I actually have more than 30 items, but I decided to cut it off at 30 as far as items that I have repurchased over the last couple of years because, well, we don't want to be here all day. There's some celebrating to do, there's some summer to enjoy, and so I want to get into it, keep it light and fun, and just have a video that's a little bit different from my usual fare. So I hope you will enjoy. And before we get into those 30 products, I do want to say to my American friends, happy 4th of July. I hope your day is a good one and that you were able to celebrate to the extent that you can in this interesting summer that we're having. And I will stop talking and get into the first item. I figure we'll go through hair care first. So the first item that I have here is the Schwarzkopf Gliss, and it is a hair repair ultra moisture conditioner. It is a leave-in conditioner, and I'm wearing it in my hair today. I have very terrible hair, especially in the summer. So what it does is it helps me bring my frizz down to a controllable level. And depending on how much humidity is in the air, this makes my hair super wavy. Even I get the corkscrews in my hair, which I like. And this is the best leave-in conditioner that I've been able to find so far. And it's under $10 Canadian, so under $7 US. I really like this brand, and I do hope that you can find it in your neck of the woods. The second item here, I blame Tati. I've probably gone through 6 of these at least, and this is the Pantene Dry Shampoo. This is the most cost-effective shampoo I have come across, and the smell is fine, the way it works is fine. Now, I don't have a very oily scalp, so I don't tend to need a whole lot of dry shampoo, but if I need to buy some while I'm on vacation, or I don't have anything from sets that I've had at Sephora, this is the one that it's my go-to. I know it's inexpensive, I can buy it in a pinch, it's available a lot of places, and it works just fine. That is it for hair care, so let's get into skincare. This is the Pixi Glow Tonic, and I have the big bottle, as you can tell. I had finished this a while ago, and I only have about this much left in the one that I am using right now. So I will be repurchasing it. I do wait for a sale because I think it's $38 Canadian. It's quite expensive for a tonic, but it does last for months. And I just like what it does to my skin. It makes it feel like it's ready for the day. I do use it in the morning, and as a matter of fact, if I've done a really good job of cleaning my face and using night skincare, in the morning I won't wash my face. If I've done a good job the night before, I will actually go right in with the Glow Tonic, and not only am I putting Glow Tonic on my face, but any sort of impurities that possibly are left from the day before get kind of wiped off in the process of applying the tonic. So for me, that has worked really well, and it's important for me because I have really dry skin on the periphery of my face, and washing my face too often leads to trouble. So that's been my ritual with this one, and I like it. I really enjoy it as a tonic. This next one is one that I haven't cracked into, but I did buy it because my last 1 ounce bottle was done. And it is this huge Truth Serum container from Ole Henriksen. And this one is a total of 3.4 fluid ounces, or 100 ml. It becomes available around Christmas time, and so I'm probably going to get another one of these at that time, because that is by far the best value. Now, if you're wondering why it's in the box still, it is vitamin C, and it is better if it is not exposed to light, so I keep it in the bottle until I'm ready to use it. And even when I start using it, I will still put it in the box, at least for the first half of the bottle, just because I'm trying to keep the product as working as well as possible for as long as possible. Let's keep going with skincare. Now, this is one that I have, it's fairly new to Sephora, but I've already repurchased. And I decided I liked it enough that I put one in each one of my purses. Now, I have 2 purses and a backpack. It's not like I have a ton, but I just don't want to move it from purse to purse because I'm guaranteed to forget it at some point, and I have very dry hands. So this is the one that I do repurchase. I wanted to show you the other one. So this is the body butter, and this is the hand cream. Look at the difference here. And the hand cream is ridiculously expensive compared to this one. And this one is not too big, that these are the ones that I repurchase. And I like the pumpkin smell. It's not overpowering, it's very light. As a matter of fact, this is my overall body butter today. And I really like it. I think this one sells for $4 Canadian right now on sale. And I think that this is a very good product. And the fact that it dispenses in a tube means, like I said, I can take it anywhere. So it tends to go with me in whatever bag I'm using. Speaking of body butter, I have repurchased this multiple times. Not necessarily this big size of a container, but the $59 one that's about this big. $59 Canadian. But anyway, this is fantastic. It is a product, if I can open it, it is a product that smells divine. And I can tell you that come Christmas time, I will be getting another one of these big tubs. And I've learned that I can cut this Boom Boom cream by 50% with an unscented body butter just to make it stretch a little bit longer and, well, double the duration of this tub. And so to me, it's made this Boom Boom cream a lot more cost effective. And so I will definitely keep buying it. It just, the smell is divine and it makes me feel so good anytime I wear it. So I will keep buying this. Now I blame this little community of ours for this one because I decided to try, I'd had a mini brand new focus on Clinique products, and this Dramatically Different Moisturizing Lotion Plus is one that I have been hearing over and over again. You have to try it, you have to try it. It's a good product, it's a good product. So I saved up 2 deluxe samples of it and tried them, and then was so impressed with it that I ended up going to the Sephora site and just grabbing this. This is the big one. This is the 6.7 fluid ounces or 200 ml. And this is the size that is the most cost effective, which is why I got it. And it has a pump, which is nice. Not all lotions obviously have that. And so I loved what it did for my skin. It is very good for dry skin, which is my problem, except for my T-zone. And I was really impressed with it, so I purchased it. I say repurchased because they were samples, and here they led me to purchase the full. I highly recommend. If you have dry skin, I think this is a very nice product. Another cream that I have repurchased more than once is the Ultra Repair Cream by First Aid Beauty. For value, this is a fantastic cream, and I would say it's a cream that rivals high-end brands. You can get these tubs on sale a few times a year for a very reasonable price. This is 6 ounces worth or 170 grams, and I really, really like this one. I prefer it in these tubs as opposed to the tube. That's just my preference, but that is how I would purchase it. And it's very, very thick. And for me, an evening cream has to be on the thicker side. It somehow feels like it keeps the moisture in more for the night than a cream that is not as thick. At least that's what seems to work for me. And this one it's as effective as a number of thick luxury creams. So yeah, it's a must in my skincare arsenal. Speaking of a few more products that are super important in my books, I've got a few Neutrogena products here. One of them is this Rapid Repair Retinol Oil. So this is what I am using in the winter when my skin is extremely dry. For me, a retinol oil makes a lot of sense, but I also use the retinol product, the Rapid Wrinkle Repair, in this kind of a tube. So I will purchase either one of this kind in this packaging or this packaging on the regular. I always have a backup. So I continue to repurchase them because they last only 6 to 8 weeks. And if that's the case, then you want to have a backup product if you're somebody who tends to buy on sale. So I watch sales and I always make sure that I have my next tube or container ready to go. It does just make my skin feel really good, and I think that it helps me, these products help me put my best foot forward as far as showing the best skin that I can walk around with, I guess. Now I showed this package, and this package really represents two different products. They're both the same consistency. This one is Rapid Tonal Repair for dark spots. And I was using Paula's Choice stuff, and I decided to switch to this one instead because it was a lot less expensive, and it seems to be doing the trick. And I do buy in the same container that Rapid Wrinkle Repair, like I said. So I am a big fan of Neutrogena products for when it comes to retinol. Another skincare item, and this is one that is a peel that I find very effective. And please follow instructions because it is quite strong. It is the Green Apple Peel Full Strength from Juice Beauty. And it is kind of a thick product. And it is quite goopy, so it's kind of sticky on the face. And it does smell, I think it smells good. Some people might be put off by it, but you can tell that it is made with fruit. And you can feel this full strength peel working. You know that it's helping to slough off dead skin. And I definitely feel the benefits of it. I try to use it once a week. I don't go beyond that. I may move on to twice a week, but to me, I can feel it does a lot, and you definitely don't want to keep this on your face for more than the 10 minutes recommended because I think you might have a nasty surprise. You can definitely feel that layer of skin that needed to be fluffed off is gone. So I'm just being cautious, but this is a powerful product. It really works. Now, this is a repurchase, but man, do I look for opportunities to buy it at a reasonable price because it's ridiculously expensive. And this is the Genius Cream from Algenist. And it smells divine. And it's in a very heavy container, which feels really nice. It's glass, so it's highly recyclable. And I like to smell the empty container because it smells so good. So hopefully, I will get to buy another one of these sometime this year. And I do like this color of container. And the reason I mention that is that the Power Cream is very, very similar, has the same scent as this one. I find it's almost like aromatherapy as you're doing your night skincare routine. It's so good. So if you buy the Power Cream or this one, you will get that same experience, but I really want to go for the green because, like I said, I really, really like it. And this is 60 ml, and I don't remember the price exactly, but the regular price, and it's probably because I never pay regular price for it, it's usually part of a kit or 2 for 1 or something like that. But it has to be in the $60 to $70 range for me to want to buy it. I think regular price is 110 Canadian. It's really, really expensive, but luxurious it is. Speaking of luxury, here's another product that is not cheap, and this one I am still shocked. I either paid regular price or got it 20% off. I can't remember, but I think it was 20% off. But it's expensive, and it's the D-Bronzi by Drunk Elephant. And I had a deluxe sample that was not a deluxe sample, pardon me, a mini, that was part of a set of Drunk Elephant products. And I thought, well, I've got it, so I'll use it. And here's the pump. And it's, how much in here? 30 ml or 1 fluid ounce. And you basically mix it what do they say? They say add a pump of D-Bronzi to any drunk elephant serum, oil, or moisturizer for a gorgeous glow. Yeah, that's what I was doing in the morning. I haven't used it yet this this summer, but I would put 1 pump of this in my moisturizer, and it would just kind of turn into a tinted moisturizer, and so it gives you a little bit of a glow if you're not going to necessarily go out with makeup as you're out and about. Maybe you're doing, you know, mascara and lipstick or bare face or whatever. This just gives you that little look at my healthy glow effect, and I really like it. So, and you can see that I've already started using this one. It's getting a little bit compressed, and it says anti-pollution sunshine serum. But for me, it's more like turning your moisturizer into a tinted moisturizer plus benefits. But I just like what it does to my skin, the color, and yeah, it is kind of a bougie thing to do in your skincare / makeup application, but I've just really been enjoying it. This next one, I don't think we can technically call it a repurchase because it's not purchased with money, but I do purchase it with points. So it does cost me something. And it is the Clinique Take the Day Off Cleansing Balm. And whenever this one becomes available, or the Farmacy Green Clean, and I would actually put the Farmacy one above this one. Anytime either one of those is in the 100-point perk section of Sephora, I pounce. I pounce and I get them. So I've purchased with points 2 of these so far. This would be the 3rd. And then the first, I was going to say First Aid Beauty. The Farmacy one, I think I've had a chance to nab twice. So I really, really like these makeup removing balms, and I've tried a number of them with the Clinique and the Farmacy. When I can find them at a reasonable cost, I definitely restock. Now for a couple of setting sprays. There are 2 setting sprays that I tend to repurchase over and over again. And this one is the most recent repurchase and is the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. And the reason I like this one is because of the mister. If you want a super, super fine mist, this is a fantastic product. Anybody who doesn't like that kind of wet feel when you do your setting spray, this is what I use on them because they can barely feel it, and they're usually super amazed when I'm done with the application. They barely felt anything. And so, and for me too, if I'm not in the mood for that setting spray feel, this is the one that I will use. So, and I think I've repurchased, this would be my 4th time purchasing the Morphe setting spray, or setting mist. I definitely like it. And one that I do go for regularly is this Urban Decay All Nighter, and I tend to buy the 2-for-1 that happens at Christmas. So that is when I tend to stock back up on this one. I really like the smell of it, even though the sprayer is good relative to the usual kind of setting spray bottles. The spray is good, but it is definitely not as fine as this one. But I do find this one smells better and works quite nicely. So, and it's also quite useful for wetting a brush, where I find this one is not quite as effective in doing that. So I like both, and I will probably continue to repurchase them. Now we're fully into makeup except for the last item. This is a Fit Me powder. I have 2 more of these. And so this is, I've pretty much removed everything I can out of this container except for if I break it. So it is an empty, but I really like the Fit Me loose finishing powder from Maybelline. It is super inexpensive, and it works just as well as much higher end powders, in my opinion. And I can get these for $5 or $6 each. They're super, super, super cheap. And so I have the loose kind, and I also have the pressed kind. I like both of them. I think they all work just great. Next, I have a foundation, and it is the Dual Finish Foundation by Lancome. And so here is the packaging. Now, what does it say here? I use it in the 220 Buff 2. And it's 19 grams of this multitasking powder and foundation. So it is a powder foundation that you can also use for retouching during the day. It has a little puff here for that use during the day, which I do use. But it's big enough to be able to put a large powder brush in, which I appreciate, and it has a very sizable mirror as well. This was my OG. This is the first type of foundation I ever used, and I was delighted this past year to rekindle my love for this foundation. It really is effortless. If you have to run out of the house, grab this, and you can do your foundation anywhere, or just to a retouch. To put this in your purse, you just know that if you have any oiliness or some redness around the nose or whatever, you have what you need to do touch-ups during the day or to actually do your base makeup anytime, anywhere. So I really like it. Now this next one is not for the whole product itself, it's for a couple of products inside. So this is the Complexionista from Benefit, and inside you will see a few products, and the products I want to talk about are the Boeing Industrial Concealer or Strength Concealer number 1 and number 2. You can see some pretty good dents in them, but I don't want to use this palette. This is my travel palette for bronzer, highlight, and concealer. I am just talking about those concealers. I have repurchased them at least 3 times at this point. I do really, really like them. The Industrial Strength Concealer is just really nice. I use it around my nose, the number 2 around my nose, and then I use it also under my eye. I'm not wearing them today, but under my eye, I use the number 1 under my eye and the number 2 around my nose, and I really, really like this, this concealer. The set, it's just the right consistency in my opinion, and so if you tend to have dry skin, I just find that those number 1, number 2 work really well for me. I am considered light in my coloration, and yeah, they're just beautiful. And I do focus on buying them when they are available in sets because concealer lasts a very long time, and I would rather have a bunch of concealer products that I can all use at the same time as opposed to buying one full size all the time. The Christmas sets are a really good time to get those. Now this next product is near and dear to my heart because I love the smell, I love the feel, I love the color on my face, and that is the Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula. It is goofy packaging, like mine is broken, but it is a very nice size pan. There are 11 grams in here, and then you also have, which I find pretty useless, but in case it matters to you, there is also the sponge, and it can be used dry or wet, which is why there are holes in the bottom, and this is more of a sponge than a brush. And you can tell I have been out and about and had to reapply this one, probably during travel. But it is a very decent price, and very often they go on for 40% off. That's usually when I nab my next backup. So as soon as I'm done this one and I crack into the next one, I will have another backup. That's how much I like that bronzer. So it would take a lot to displace that one. Now, do I use other bronzers on a regular basis? Sure. Like for example, today I'm using the Marcel Heatwave bronzer. But this, if I think bronzer, this is one that I think of right away. Let's stay with face products for a little bit longer. The NYX HD Studio Photogenic Concealer, and my shade is the CW02 Fair. And I find that this concealer works really, really well when I need my makeup to be on point. I use very, very, very little of it. It spreads it's got lots of spreadability, so it takes very, very little to do a good job at covering, and I use it on my under eye. I was shocked at, number 1, how long it lasts, and number 2, how cheap it is. It is so inexpensive as a concealer that it's my go-to if I'm not using the Boeing concealer. So it's just nice to have a few options. But for my under eye, if I'm doing a really full face everything, then I am more likely to reach for my NYX concealer. And I'm back to Benefit with the Hoola Quickie Contour Stick. I got this stick, my first one, as a mini in a set. And I used that thing until there was nothing left. I scraped in the container and made sure I got every last little bit of that Hoola Quickie Contour. It is really, really good. So this is what it looks like. I got the full size. And this is a mega container. There is 8.5 grams or 0.3 ounces in here. There's a lot. And I just cracked into it, so it hasn't even been used yet, but I am very, very happy that I have it. The reason I haven't used it yet is only because I am panning a quad from Cover FX. Here, I thought I would show you. So this is the Cover FX quad I'm panning, and these are the 4 shades. And so I'm using these 2 right now instead of the Hoola Quickie Contour. But once I'm done with this palette, which I will be done this year, this will definitely be my contour stick. And I use it in the hollow of my cheek here, and I bring it up so that it's a kind of contour and a bronzer at the same time. Really, really like this product. It's almost effortless, which is what you want in a contour product. One product that I have that is a root touch-up is the Rita Hazen Root Concealer. And this is what the product looks like. It's a little bit dirty, but just root touch-up usually is. And you use it along the hairline to cover your roots. So the hair color that you don't want to be at the time, you can use this to cover up. And it is very effective. When I have it on, and let's say I'm just going around the periphery of my face, I usually don't have to fully reapply if I don't wash my hair for 2 to 3 days. It will stick to where I put it. And my reapplication is very minimal. And I'm really happy about that. It does a good job. Next up, I have 2 lip glosses from Buxom. And they are both repurchases, as is everything in this video, but I have Dolly and White Russian. And they are both super, super nice. And I did finish them because I was worried that they were getting old. And the moment I saw that there was a set last Christmas with these 2 in it, I bought the set of 5 glosses and 2 pencils because I wanted these back in my collection. They are super, super flattering. If I have an event to go to and I don't want to worry about what my lips are looking like, this is what I'll put on. They wear away very naturally for my color lip, and I really like the feel of them. They're kind of on the pepperminty side, and the smell of them is very, very nice. Yeah, it's just a nice feeling gloss. And I'll give you a swatch of the other one. So that was Dolly, and this is White Russian. Since we're on lipsticks, let me show you this one, which is what I have on my lips right now. And it is called Bobby Dazzle. It is a metallized lipstick from Urban Decay. And this one I repurchased because I lost it during a trip, and I was quite upset about it. I looked everywhere, could not find it. And I got home and kept watching the Urban Decay site, and then there was a sale on lipsticks, and I nabbed it. I wanted to get a replacement. And this is the lipstick. It's like your lips, but better. And it's like the benefits of the sheerness of a gloss, but the lasting power of a cream lipstick. It just feels like the best of both worlds. And so again, it's called Bobby Dazzle. highly recommend. And if you watch this channel, you will be sick of seeing me talk about this next product, and it is the Urban Decay Zero. And this is what is left of this one, and I do have a backup already. It's just a black liner. I put it on my upper waterline. I love how creamy it is. I will use it for tight lining as well above the lashes. I really like this liner. And I also like the Perversion liner as well. And I just realized I had not taken out the Perversion liner to show you as well. And so this one is always in a black pencil. Well, it needs some sharpening apparently, but here is Perversion. Both of these liners from Urban Decay I really, really like. And Perversion is on the outside. This one is a deeper jet black compared to Zero. And I do find that the Perversion really stays put more than Zero, but it just depends on the kind of liner that you want. It's Zero is a little bit softer and Perversion is just really, really black. They're expensive, but they do go on sale, and I would definitely recommend either one of those if you are a big user of black liner. They last for a really long time, and they're also creamy, and they're creamy enough that you can use them with a liner brush as well. Pretty much any of the 24/7 Glide-Ons by Urban Decay you can do that with. And the second last product is this one, which is the Voluminous Lash Paradise. And either waterproof or regular. This one, I think, yeah, this one is waterproof. Both are fine. And they really are inexpensive. You can find them for $7.99 Canadian in drugstores, so I'm sure that means like $5.50 US. They are so inexpensive, and they have the same kind of hourglass wand that a lot of high-end mascaras have. And I have been asked when I'm out and about what kind of mascara that I'm using when I wear this. It is pretty stinking amazing as a mascara. I know there are lots of other mascaras that have come out, but if somebody asks me for a mascara recommendation, this is the one that I will always, always tell them about. And in part because of the fact that you can find it on sale on a regular basis, which makes it very affordable, and the quality of the product is fantastic. And finally, the item that I repurchased recently that has nothing to do with skincare or makeup, that really kind of inspired the first idea for this video, is socks. These are the Secret Collection Performance Sock, AQUA FX, keeps feet dry. These are abso-frickin-fantastic. And the reason for them is, well, first off, they fit me well, but that's one thing. They come 3 in a pack for about 10 US or $14 Canadian. And of course, they have cute colors and whatnot, but it's this part here. So if you like ankle socks, but you are always worried about it rubbing on the back of your ankle, they have padding in here. So there must be some sort of a foam inside the sock that prevents the sock from going underneath the edge of your shoe. And it kind of gives it a bit of an edge to support as well your ankle. When you're pointing your toe, your ankle is not rubbing on your shoe. These are so good. This is my third purchase of these socks. And I purchased a third set because they are so good. And some of my socks, my older socks are kind of going, and I thought, I do not want to be without these. So that is it, 30 products that I have repurchased, some of them multiple times. I hope that you found this video informative or just fun, interesting. That would be fine too. And if you have some holy grail products that you would recommend because you have purchased and purchased and purchased them again, please, please let us know in the comments. It is always wonderful to hear what products are absolute go-tos, must-have for people. You can help us be more informed as we make our purchases. And with that, I will say thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it every single time. and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. But for now, take care.